Hello. So, welcome to today's Potd video. First, we understand the question, and then we see the intuition behind it, and then we code the intuition. Okay. So, we have given an array ARR, and determine if ARR can be split into three consecutive parts such that the sum of each part is equal. Okay. A possible written an index pair ij in an array that sum of like from 0 index to ith index equals to I plus 1 to jth index, and from j plus 1 index to n minus 1 index, otherwise written in array minus 1 minus 1. Okay, so they are said that we have given an array ARR, and we have to tell them that if it is possible that we can divide the array to three parts such that sum of all the parts are equal. Okay, so in this they are given that in this example that 13404 can be divided into four parts, that 134 and 04. Okay, so we have to return 1 comma 2, and driver code will they are saying the driver code will print true if ARR is split into three parts, else it is false. Okay, so we understand from this example that 13404. Okay, so here they are given this example, and we have to tell them that whether it is possible that we can divide it into three parts. Okay, and each part has a sum of equal. Okay, so let's say each part has a sum of, this part also has a sum of x, this part also has a sum of x, and this part also has a sum of x. So total sum becomes 3x. Okay, and 3x should be equals to what? 3x should be equals to sum of array. Okay, because the complete sum is the sum of all the elements. Okay, so 3x should be equals to sum of array, then x become what? X become sum of complete array divided by 3. Okay, so from this what we derived that if we find the complete sum, and that sum is let's say that sum is 14. Okay, 14, so 14 divided by 3 is not an integer. So what we see from here that we can't divide that number into three parts. Okay, because that should be divisible by 3, and that case only we can divide that number into three parts, and the sum of each part then become equal. Okay, so first we find this the complete sum not divisible, then we return the minus 1 minus 1. Okay, then else what we have to do? We have to do that if that sum is divisible by, if that sum is divisible by 3, then we find that sum of array. Okay, so sum of array divided by 3. Okay, we find out this sum of array divided by 3. Okay, then we find out this, and in that case we have to tell them that we have to traverse the complete array, we have to traverse the complete array, and the point when we find out this sum. Okay, then we mark this index in our result value, and make the current traversing sum equals to 0 again, because we have to again find out an array that sum of that sum has this sum of array divided by 3. Again we find out, and again we push them this element into our answer. Okay, and then again we have to traverse it, and again at the last if we find out that our current sum is not 0. Okay, it means that we are not able to find out this completely, because it may be possible that the sum is divisible by 3, but we are not able to split it into three parts, because let's say in this example 7, 4, okay, and 5. So in this example sum become what? uh, let's say taken this to be 6. Okay, so sum is 15, complete sum is 15, that is divisible by 3, but it may not possible that this can be splitted into three parts. So I am taking care about this case also. Okay, so at last our the current sum should be 0, because each time the array we are finding out, we are saying we are then making the current sum to be 0. Okay, so this thing can be more understand we can from the code. So let's see the code that this is our code. Okay, so first we find out the complete sum and telling that if it not divisible then we are returning -1 else our required sum is what sum complete sum divided by 3, and if it is find out then we make the current sum to be 0 and pushing the ith index, because as we can see from this example that 1 3 find out then we push 1 to our example, then again 4 find out. Okay, so then again we what to do, we again push that element like 2 in our answer result rate. Okay, and at last we find out 0 4, we find out 0 4, then again we pushing back like the current index into our result vector, and we are returning our result vector at the last. And if we find out that our current current sum is not 0, then we again return -1 because it is not possible in that case that we are finding out an answer, because like in this case the sum current is at last like till last value is complete array sum, because we are not able to uh, divide it into three parts. So for this case we are returning again -1. Okay, and at last we are returning the result array. Okay, or the result vector that we are finding out, and in that we are pushed all the elements all the indices that are like help us to divide it into all the parts. So if I compiling the code, then it is compiling fine. Let's submit the code that it is got accepting or not. Okay, so it is got accepting, so thank you.